Hi guys, it's Rose. Welcome back to my channel. Oh, excuse me, I have a frog in my throat. Okay, so today I started off doing or getting prepared for a 3-ways video for you guys. I wasn't super jazzed about the video, but I was going to do it anyway. But anyway, I got sidetracked doing something other than what I was supposed to be doing, and I decided that maybe you guys would like to see it. It was something new to me that I hadn't seen done before. And I just thought that, you know, we could do some stash busting or scrap busting, sorry, instead. So what I've come up with, these are actually 2 pieces that I made prior to coming up with this. I just thought I'd show you these guys. This is an envelope that I just made from a one-sided 12.5 sheet of paper. I just cut it down to size and made the envelope. And it was blank on the outside, so I left the pattern on the inside, dyed it, stamped it all up, and added a few little bits here and there, and I think that's quite nice. So I just thought I'd show you guys that one. I've got a little twirly tie up back here, which I quite like. So that's that. And I also made this tag. This is from a Tim Holtz paper pad. I cut that out the piece, and this lady was actually on the same sheet of paper. She was on the opposite side, so I just cut her out and made her hang over the edge a little bit. And this is actually a tuck spot. You can tuck something in there. So I thought that was sweet. Not completely finished with that yet, but I like that. But the thing I wanted to actually show you guys was these. I just have this down here. I just had this down here for the white balance, but I think you can actually see better if I leave it there. So what these are, I was messing around. I had all my brads out, and I was actually doing a 3-ways video with brads. And I started just playing with them. And I have a little box beside me the whole time that I put little bits and pieces into, random bits and pieces that I don't have a specific place for, or they might be just too small to bother putting them away. So pulled all that out. I started putting bits together with the brads, and the first couple came out with just fabric bits, and I realised that you could make hidden journaling spots with them, and I thought they were absolutely awesome. So here's another one, just some hidden journaling under here. So they're like little flips, but they're actually done in cluster form. Here's another one. This one has a piece of cardboard behind it, behind the actual journaling spot as well. So you can use your cardstock and things as well. I mean, you could hide the journaling spot right in the middle of a cluster. And they're quite, I won't say they're quite large, but they're larger than the clusters that we normally would do, I guess. Normally we'd be using teeny tiny bits, but for these you need slightly bigger bits if you want to have space to write. So all I did was I got a brad. Now I have lots and lots of, well, I have a few different brads. I won't say I have lots. I have these guys and these guys and these guys, and I actually have some just plain regular brads as well. Okay. So you could use whichever ones you want. I did use the decorative ones on these ones, so this time I'm going to use one of the plain brads. And I'm going to use the larger size one. These little boxes are very handy. I got something from Wish. I think there were paper clips or something that I got, and they came in these little boxes, and my brads all go in there, and I love them. They're awesome. Anyway, so I have my brad, just a regular brad. Now this one might prove a little bit more difficult because the legs are wider on this one, but we'll give it a go. And I have lots of paper ephemera here. I have fabric scraps here and larger fabric scraps here as well. So it's good for using fabric scraps and paper scraps and cardstock, anything, all your scraps, which is awesome. Now I actually have this piece here, and I spotted this a bit ago, and I'm going to use this bit. But you would take any size piece that you want to use, or color it, whatever color you're using at the time, and you would use that. So that's the piece that's actually going to go over the piece of paper to hide the piece of paper, okay? So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to find some smaller bits, some different bits and bobs to go in front of this. That's actually kind of cool. Just that whole cluster of strings, but that might get a bit messy. But there is a little bit of lace all caught up with that. I have that. Might even actually leave it doubled. We shall see. And there is more fabric. That's a large piece. Let's see if we got any smaller pieces that work here. Some gauzy bits, which I really like. That's lovely. I've been holding on to this piece because I have a journal that I want to do. It's in my head. It's been there for a little while, and this piece of lace will be perfect for it. And it's the only piece I have, so I'm holding on to it. What else? What else? What else? Let me see. Some cheesecloth. I only have little bits of that in here, but you can open these out. Have a little bit of cheesecloth in there. There we go. I'm going to snip a bit of that off. We're having beautiful weather here at the moment, but unfortunately it's too hot. I cannot stay out in it. I used to love sitting out in the sunshine, but these days it gives me migraines, so I can only do a little bit at a time. Maybe that might be better than that. Yep. Snip a little bit off of this. Now I'm making them quite ragged and rough and ready, but you can make them as neat and pretty as you want, depending on your style and what you're working on, you know. So there's the fabricy bits. Now I can put paper bits in with this as well. Now I have these two pieces here that might work quite nicely. And you can put paper on top. It's as long as you're able to flip it up, it's all good. But like to put carriage there, it would make it a lot more difficult. That one is actually fine because it's embossed, but it can make it a lot more difficult, so it's worth just playing around. I am going to cut this piece in half. And I'm going to have that as my front. Yeah, normally I would go and ink the edges of that, but I'm not going to do that on camera because I do not want to keep you guys watching me while I'm doing silly things like that. It says she looks for the brad that she lost. Now, when you're putting your pin through, you can do it one by one, depending on how thick or thin your pieces are. I managed to get that one all the way through. Next thing to go in here is our paper. Now, I am just putting a single piece of paper in here, but I'm sure that if you wanted to, and in fact I'm actually going to do it just to see. I haven't done it this way before, so you're getting to see me trying something out. Hope it works now after all this. So I'm going to do that, and will I fold it again? You try folding it again just to see. I'm going to tear this. Didn't do a very good job folding that, did I? Let's try that again. There. Wow, that was a crooked piece of paper. That's why. Not to worry. We can trim. Just trim this down so it's straight. I'm going to try a tri-fold one this time. Now, obviously, we can put our pin through the 3 pieces because we won't be able to open it. So what I am going to do, I'm going to tear this piece off. I'm going to leave the top on this piece and I'm going to tear the top off of these 2 flaps. Voila. Like so. And in order for that to not rip, I am actually going to reinforce that with some cardboard, or just some card even. We have some. Yeah, of course we don't have some when I'm looking for it. But this will do nicely. Just a piece of this. Doesn't have to be the perfect size or anything, it just has to be enough for the bread to go through. La da da. Like so. And a paper towel. Now, that's not going to be seen, so I'm not even going to bother inking that. I am, however, going to pierce this with a pokey tool. And I should wait till that's dried, but, you know, the video. So, just going to make sure that that hole is big enough for the bread to go through. Oh, where are my other bits gone? No! I'm after losing half of it. You guys. Where did it go? I'm sure you guys are looking at me now saying, yeah, Rose, have a look just right there in front of you and you'll find it. Well, that is a shame. The bread and everything is gone. How did I manage that? It was just there in front of me. Oh, this is so funny. This is hilarious. Okay, I'm just going to have to get another bread, aren't I? Silly woman. I'll have to look back on the video and see where it went just so that I can find it again. Now, I do have another little piece of this. I don't know what I'm after doing with the other half of that lace that I had though. Ah. Oh well. And I was so happy with how that was going and everything. Oh well. Anyway, let's continue. So we'll get this all put together again. I could reinforce that paper piece as well, but I don't think there's any need, to be honest. So, there's that. Now, it's coming down onto the end. I might cut that off later, I don't know, but for now I'm going to leave it. Now, at this point, you can just close up your bread and there you have it. I actually think I want something going in between these 2 pieces. And I don't think I have anything in that bundle, really, that I want to put in there. Oh, that might be nice. Might be nice to have another colour though. Let's see what I have in here. I do have this kind of gauzy stuff. Would that work? No. No, no, no. Too pink. Oh look. Oh looky, looky, look what I found. Some pink lace. That is perfect. Perfect. And one other thing that I had in that little box was some of the Tim Holtz tissue paper, and that worked really nicely over the fabric as well. I don't think I need quite this much of this. Like so. Yeah. So I'm just going to pull that out, put that on. Make sure we can see it. There, just gives it a little something extra. I'm going to turn that around. Oh, look, we can have a tab. That's quite nice. It's almost like a little tab top. And let's close it up. And that would get stuck into your journal. Put it into a belly band, or you know, you could put an extra piece of cardboard on the back so that you can actually glue it into your journal. Et voila! Flip it up and fold it out. Awesome! And we have a hidden journaling spot cluster. And I quite like that. I'm quite happy with myself for discovering that this morning. You could make whole notebooks out of these, I guess. That's kind of awesome. So there you go, guys. I hope you try the idea and maybe expand even on the idea. Like I said, it was just something I came up with earlier on while I was playing. I'm sure I'll play some more with the idea and see what happens. But yeah, they're really, really fun. So that's it for me. I'll talk to you guys very, very soon. Have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.